First Amendment rights, while his DOJ stonewalls legitimate investigations into President Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Now, we were told Merrick Garland was a moderate. We now know that he's the most political attorney general in American history. And to think, Garland was at one time nominated for the Supreme Court. I mean, can you imagine him on the court? The corruption at the DOJ is so bad that the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, now suggests that House Republicans may be forced to impeach Garland. Ron.
Yesterday, I laid out very clearly by July 6th, because of the allegations from the IRS, because of the whistleblowers and the DOJ, Garland, what he is saying and what David Weiss are saying privately are two different things.
Right.
And if it comes true what the IRS whistleblower is saying, we're going to start impeachment inquiries on the Attorney General.
Ron Johnson is the senator from Wisconsin, and he joins us now. Senator, what powers do you guys have right now? I mean, it's clear at this point that average day Americans don't get these deals. We know the Deputy Attorney General would have to approve a deal like this. Deputy reports to the Attorney General. So what are you guys going to do about it?
Well, Lawrence, unfortunately in the Senate, Republicans are in the minority. You know, Senator Grassley and I, in our investigation, pretty well laid out the foundation of the vast web of foreign financial entanglements of the corrupt Biden family. But right now, our Democrat colleagues have no interest whatsoever in the corruption within the FBI, corruption within the Department of Justice. So it's really in the House. It'll be up to them whether they're going to hold impeachment hearings. I would love to see impeachment hearings on Secretary Mayorkas on the border. I'd love to see impeachment hearings on Secretary Blinken, who lied to my investigators, saying he never emailed Hunter Biden, although we have those emails. So he lied to Congress from that standpoint. And then I think they could investigate Merrick Garland on a host of issues, including the most recent. Somebody's lying here. Either U.S. Attorney Weiss is lying or Merrick Garland is lying. We should get to the bottom of this.
You know, Senator, we saw during an impeachment hearing that the Dems had Hollywood producers come and they produced all of this stuff with not a shred of evidence, but they made it into something. You guys have a treasure trove, not just a laptop, but now we have whistleblowers. We have all. Why aren't you guys making the case to the American people, though? Because that's where it lies. The Democrats will start moving once the Republicans make the case to the American people of why this is corrupt.
Lawrence, again, Chuck Grassley and I laid out as much evidence as I think anybody would need not to elect Joe Biden, but the mainstream media covered it up. I've been on shows like yours for the last 3 years making the case. But again, the mainstream media, the compliant, complicit and corrupt media doesn't cover it. Now the House is looking into doing their investigation. Fortunately, we have whistleblowers because the administration, they're not turning over documents. I subpoenaed Christopher Wray under President Trump. President Trump wanted the information made public. I never got squat.
So, Senator,
that's how corrupt and deep the state is.
I got you, brother. But, Senator, where does the investigation go next then? If they're stonewalling you, what other powers do you have?
Well, again, you get whistleblowers. You find things like this WhatsApp text that incriminates President Biden. Then you have to go and develop the evidence. Was President Biden there? Apparently the IRS investigators requested GPS coordinates of the phones to prove that, and yet that was obstructed. They weren't allowed to get those GPS coordinates. So again, we're just finding out from whistleblowers. And Lawrence, we need more whistleblowers. We need more people in these agencies that have integrity, that want to restore credibility of their agencies, to come forward and tell us the truth. But listen, when people do things wrong, when they break laws, they try and hide it. It's not easy to do these investigations, and it certainly isn't easy when you have the deep state covering it all up.
For exercising their First Amendment rights, while his DOJ